Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you that is probably a no contact or maybe even a long distance reading. But I think most likely because we have, I wonder if you are happy without me. There's a sense of maybe we're not really going to end up together or things aren't going so well. But it's also got, I want you. So it's concern in terms of maybe I want you and you don't want me, but I'm going to have to find out one way or the other. So, this is a no contact reading that may result in a change in that status. So, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a good weekend if you're watching this the day that I post it. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? Let's see. If you are interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is in the description box below, but it's just wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. Hello there, Kristen. How are you doing? Quick thank you to the sweet folks in the last week or so that have said something nice to me after a personal reading. That really does make my day. So thank you. Hello, Jess. Hello, Pagan Ancestry. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Upper Echelon. How are we doing today? All right, let's dive in with the signs of the times. And then just another little heads up, because I'll have kind of a crazy schedule, I will probably record some non-live stream readings. So they would be under the video component, but I'm going to do them as a live premiere. So you'll have preferably several hours notice beforehand, and then you'll still be able to have that live chat option. So you'll have a little bit more time to plan to join in on that. And ideally, I'll be in that live chat as well. Hello, Iris. I hope you're doing well. No, Iris, I think that's my internet. I think I have a fix for that though, so don't worry. Sometimes I have to restart or completely delete a video and start from scratch, but hopefully not for too long. All right, so from the signs of the times, we've got the Sunflower Action card, number 34, and then we've got number 23, Moon and Emotions. So there's somebody here who is taking action because of how they feel, the feelings that are maybe a little bit too much for them to ignore. This is the Edgar Allan Poe. Thank you, Iris. Hello, Ophelia. How are you doing? Good morning, Peggy. How are you? Hello, Aquarius. Hello, Pam. I hope you're having a good day. So, it's a little dark. Hold on a second, you guys. I don't know if I can reach it. Oh, hold on a second. Gotta be able to read the cards, you know? Otherwise, I'll misinterpret. All right, does that help? Cool. All right, so we've got Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Page of Wands and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So it's interesting because the Nine of Wands in the reverse can sometimes talk about somebody who is deciding to finally give up. And it can also talk about somebody who's digging in their heels and saying, no, I refuse to give up. And because we have this particular combination with the Page of Wands in the middle, kind of having a negative connotation with the dude being chased, I feel like this is somebody who has gone through a lot. They've had a lot of obstacles. There's been delays or maybe even miscommunications, with this Page of Wands being kind of a negative one. But with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, it feels like this is somebody who's saying, I don't want to give up. I know there's been a lot. I know there's been some delay. And in part, it's because we also have this action card, right? So I know there's been, maybe a lot of time that's passed, or I know that maybe you're wondering what's going on, but had a lot going on, a lot of things that I had to deal with. Did I say hello, Jess? I think I did. Oh, I like it. That's awesome. So we've got the World, indicative of potentially some travel. The Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who's feeling like they need to do something and they need to do something quickly because there is a concern here in terms of whether or not there's, as time goes by, more and more risk that somebody is moving on or forgetting about this Knight of Swords. The World, again, seems to suggest that we have somebody that is looking to travel to get closer to you or to have this conversation, but it's like there's no other option. What I have to do is communicate or take some sort of action so that I can communicate. Page of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. And the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups clarifying the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they've gotten some bad news. They found out something didn't line up right. They've had a few difficult conversations with people regarding what they initially felt was, fair or okay, but they afterwards found out there were some issues here. Somebody tried to communicate things dishonestly to me, or somebody tried to make me feel like this wasn't an option. But I had to work through that. I had to focus on what's important to me. This is one of the brightest cards in this deck. And it's telling me that because I have these emotions for somebody, because I am motivated, I think, to see this person again, I had no other choice but to get through all of these other things, these obstacles, in order to be able to travel to you or communicate with you, because they want to bring something back around with the Judgment card. They're literally like people going, I don't know, being resurrected, right? So it has reconciliation vibes. And then we have the Sun. I often confuse the Nine of Cups and the Sun. You can see they're both very bright cards, right? Chick in the pink dress. They're both like prosperous or abundant cards. But it's interesting because this decision, or this I really do want to see you again, is paired with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This may cost them something. I can't do this, or I can't be a part of that. I can't publish on time, or I can't be at somebody's wedding, whatever it is, because this could be about family, right? I have to make a sacrifice in order to get what I want. I know that. So it's not easy to pursue this Nine of Cups, whatever it is that they want, probably a relationship with somebody, but at the very least, a reconciliation. I want to see you again. But maybe the only option they have is a time frame where they're supposed to be doing something else. This is the Cats Rule the Earth. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Hello, Laura. I hope you're having a good day. The Star in the reverse. 10 of Pentacles. The Tower in the reverse. What I want has changed. This, what did I call you? Knight of Swords? Yeah, the Knight of Swords, somebody who's in a rush, right? I don't really want to get distracted. I'm focused on a particular goal right now. I know exactly what it is that I want. And it's because I've had some change of heart. It's because I know what really matters to me. It's not what somebody else would want for me to choose, right? There's somebody here who's been trying to influence them and keep them in the dark or make them see things the wrong way. So with the Star in the reverse, they could have experienced some third party or third parties that tried to make their love interest appear like not what they wanted. Hey, didn't you say you don't like this? Well, I heard your person likes that or is that, right? What can I do to make you see that being with this person is not really what you want? And then now we have somebody coming back around and saying, all these people like trying to get in my ear, telling me what I don't want, seem to be leading me away from what I actually really do want. Tower in the reverse. What I want is not what I thought I wanted. What I do want is something I decide, and it could be this relationship, right? Hierophant can be about a higher level of commitment. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse. There's an end of a friendship here. Remember, we had the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a cost, right? Something that they can't be there for, something they can't be a part of, something that maybe is irritable to a close friend or a family member because I have to do this. I have to go talk to somebody, right? Two of Cups in the reverse could be the end of a relationship, but I think it's more so the end of a friendship or like an argument, because with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, I found out that you said something wrong to me. I found out that you didn't want me to see somebody as worth a relationship or, a good person. You wanted me to see them as somebody who had a lot of problems, somebody who was, going to keep me stuck and not support my moving forward. Hello, Michael. How are you doing today? We've got Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups. I'm telling you, there's friends or family members, people that they considered their inner circle, that told this Knight of Swords, your person is not a good fit. Your person would make things difficult. They wouldn't align with your lifestyle. They wouldn't agree with your views. There's other options out there for you. Seven of Wands in the reverse. So they're willing to take a risk right now, taking an action, right? They're willing to do something a little bit out of their normal repertoire. I felt compelled to say that word because of the cute little tuxedo cats here. Even if it goes against what this friend group or family believes. It's like they were standing guard, like, we can't let you do this. We don't want you to pursue this person or be in a relationship. So we want to keep you distracted. It's like they viewed this Knight of Swords as somebody that they could assign a task, and they would do that and stay busy, and they would try to like keep guard, like, no, you don't really need to know anything more about that person. They're not good for you. But remember the Page of Wands with the person being chased by the demon. They found out that some of this communication was specifically misleading, was trying to keep this Knight of Swords from seeing the truth about their love interest. This is the Fairy Lenormand. Hello, loyal stars. How are you doing? Likewise. Hello, Aqua Beauty. How's your day? Hello, Jason. I hope you're having a good day. Number 8, the Coffin. Number 14, the Fox. Yeah, the 3 tuxedo cats, the 3 of Pentacles. It's like they were guarding, like this fox, guarding this Knight of Swords, trying to make sure that they didn't really have anybody that they got too close to. If they did get too close to somebody, they would try to find ways to end that connection. How can we keep you for ourselves? How can we keep you like kind of isolated? Not very nice. This is the Santa Muerte. Thank you, Peggy. That's so nice of you. Six of Cups, Page of Swords. This is the love interest. Somebody who wants to communicate with them. Strength. So after all this time where I've been influenced by friends or family, people who wanted me to see you as not good enough, or somebody who was maybe a little bit too strange or a little bit, obsessed, whatever they were trying, whatever angle they were trying to work, they were trying to keep this Knight of Swords away from seeing, what kind of connection they actually had with this person. But they've got the courage, they've got the fearlessness, and they've definitely still got the emotions to finally be communicating with this person that they've been misled about. Because with the Three of Swords, it's been too painful to be distant. There's been communication via 5D, dreams, intuition, music, but it's not supposed to be going on this long. It's like, I don't want to be apart from you any longer. I feel like I was already supposed to have been, talking to you or spending time with you. They feel like they're already running behind. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Queen of Swords. I thought I would be fine walking away from you. I thought I would learn to deal with it, but they miss this person a lot. They feel like it's been a really heavy loss to not be able to talk to them. And it's pushed them to finally have boundaries or make some important decisions regarding the friends or family that have tried to influence them. Sorry, I've got like a random hair. This is somebody who's gaining independence. It's like they didn't necessarily make all of their decisions. They just kind of went with the flow. This is somebody who's asking more questions, more interested in protecting their privacy, their independence now than they used to be. Seven of Pentacles, Four of Wands in the reverse. The Hermit. Now I understand that a lot of the reasons I felt like I couldn't approach my love interest, a lot of the reasons that I felt nothing would ever go anywhere was because of people around me doing things or saying things to make me feel that way, because they didn't want anything to move beyond where it was with regards to like a serious relationship. They didn't want me to trust this high priestess too much. So with the Hermit, we have somebody who has come to understand exactly what the intentions or motivations are of the people around them and realize that they have sought to keep this person away from their love interest. They have a change in perspective because of what has been said or what has been discovered. And it enables them to see that they could make a change, right? This is What's the News? We got My Boo, official status, exclusive relationship, and seeing each other openly. And SOS, distress, act with urgency and assistance needed. Hey, I think this person's getting too close. I think this person may be in love. We don't necessarily want that. So we've got to take some action and make sure that our buddy stays single. We want to make sure that, our girl doesn't get caught up in some other relationship because, we've got this girls trip plan. Whatever it is, it's like there's a couple people working together to be like, let's make sure that they don't get too involved in that, right? Love bombing, overly attentive, showered with affection, and for personal gain. For personal gain stands out for me. I'll do what I can to make sure that you've got what you want or that you feel reasonably happy as long as you aren't, interested in pursuing this other relationship. But I'm trying to keep you where you are because I gain from it in some way. The blues, scared, heavy emotions, and mental distress. But we've got this Knight of Swords feeling a lot of heavy energy, sadness, maybe even depression, because they are missing their love interest. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. Now I know that my friends, family, whoever it might be, that they lied to me. Now I know that they've been trying to keep me away from somebody by talking poorly about them, by making up things about them. Tiptoeing, avoiding getting caught, acting shady, sneaking around. There could be a conversation that they overheard and it kind of helped them uncover what's been going on here. It's like a big old operation. Or there could be somebody who tried to hide something and like a receipt fell out of their bag, or a text message was still up on their phone. There's no longer this charade anymore. Now it's, I know full on, you've been trying to keep me away from this person. You lied about this or you lied about them, right? Yeah, I agree. Hello, massive croc shoe. Oh, Lord, you're welcome. That makes me giggle. I hope you're having a good time. This is the Poe Tarot. I do not read this in the reverse, just to let you know. The Four of Candles, the Four of Wands. Definitely a lot of love for this Six of Cups. The person that they think about. I loved her with a love more fervent than I had believed it possible to feel for any denizen of earth. The Fool. There is no passion in nature so demonically impatient as that of him who, shuddering upon the edge of a precipice, thus meditates a plunge. So I'm crazy in love. I'm about to go do some stuff. People are going to think I'm crazy, but it's okay because I'm in love. They know this is a little out of character, or this is going to be a little bit adventurous. Excellent. Knight of Candles or the Knight of Wands. Below, a stir is in the air. The wave. There is a movement there. This is action, right? Okay, so I've missed this person for a really long time. I've found out that somebody has been trying to influence how I perceive them and tried to make them look bad. I feel motivated to communicate and maybe apologize. And I don't really want to move slowly. I want to find a way to communicate as quickly as I can. This is the situations deck. Hello, Johnny. How are you doing? Hello, Kingly Eagle. I hope you're having a good day. What else do we have? Single. Current status. Available. I wonder if you are happy without me. They want to know if this person's still single because their plan is to make an offer. If you are unattached, if you are single, I've been thinking about you a ton. I'm going to swoop in. I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to apologize. And then I'm going to ask you to be my person. Can you be my love? It's a little too late to say be my Valentine. But you know. Will you be mine? But I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous to ask you out. I'm nervous to ask you to be in a relationship because it's been a little while and I don't know what you've been up to. Entrapment, pregnancy, money, heartstrings. So this is somebody who has basically been dealing with friends or family, people that have kept them stuck, okay? I feel for many of you, this is pertaining to money. For a smaller subset of you, it is because of heartstrings or a child. Heartstrings, meaning I have a family responsibility. I need to help my brother, or, my aunt needs this. I had to, help them move out or whatever it is. And I do feel like they're going to share with this love interest the receipts they have. And then I found out that my buddy was lying to me about this, or that my family tried to make me believe this about you. So there's going to be a little bit of a serious conversation, right? In addition to the, can we be like in a relationship? Is that cool? We have roller coaster, highest high, and adrenaline rush. But they're going to be riding on a bit of a high when they come through, because they've been thinking about traveling towards you or seeing you again for a very long time. It almost doesn't feel like it would ever actually be real. So when you are in front of them, they might be a little bit like, I had something for this. Hold on. Okay, I think I remember. Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? What else? Yeah, you're their wish fulfillment. They've been thinking about this moment for a long time. They've had a lot of things to get through, a lot of things to deal with. Family, yeah. See, I think there's some responsibility they've had to their family. For some of you, this is inner circle, so close friends. I needed to help my friend. I needed to help my family. I needed to cross that off my list. But the whole time I've been thinking about these emotions that I have for you, thinking about, what can I do after my to-do list is crossed off, all complete. Let's see. This is the energy oracle. What else do we have? Healer of the Ages, number 51, and Blossoming Abundance, number 3. So there's something about your energy that has helped this person see like the light at the end of the tunnel, or a different way of living, something that seems peaceful and real, trustworthy companionship, people that you can actually ask for advice and get good advice from, a place where you could, have some financial security, maybe lower expenses or be paid more. But this is all boiling down first and foremost to somebody who feels like they can be themselves around you, or that you help them feel calm if things are difficult. This is the character oracle. What else do we have? That's hilarious. Thank you for making me laugh. Yeah, I don't know why I dislike them so much, but I sure do. Educator, imparter, mentor, guide, and teacher. This is how they view the love interest. Remember, they came out as the high priestess. And the hermit is somebody who's had to kind of follow a path on their own. They saw that you were comfortable doing that, and it's inspired them to, carve out their own path as well. We've got mother, selfless love, nurturer, source of life, maternal patience, and comforter. This is the energy they have been lacking in their life. I'm not saying you're about to be their mama. I'm saying the kind of love that they've experienced from others has been the kind that doesn't feel like real love. It's like when you go to find a blanket because you're a little bit cool, and you find like a scratchy one, or one that has a big hole in it, or one that doesn't quite fit. Covered my feet at least. And then you compare that to one of those big fluffy quilt comforter or whatever types that actually like makes you want to take a mid-afternoon nap, right? That's how this person feels about you. You are actually cozy. All those other blankets, they can just like stay in the closet. I don't need them. They want you. Then we have ascetic, seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, and discipline. Some of you are going to have a conversation with this person and be shocked to find out that they have been abstinent, shocked to find out that they have purified much of their life, their sphere. People that maybe you used to question, why do you hang out with them, or why do you think that person is, a good role model? You're going to find out they may have improved their discipline regarding their nutrition or their health or their just general lifestyle choices. And in part, it's because they have seen that they were maybe on not the best path or following people that didn't make the best of choices. And I do think in some way they've been inspired or motivated to make these changes because of how you live your life. This is the Crow Tarot. Hello, is it Neo? How are you doing? Hello, Voyager. How's your day going? The Lovers. And the Nine of Wands. So I had to make a choice. Was I going to give up on this, or was I going to give up on that? It's like I realize now I can't have the current existence that I wasn't super stoked about. I wasn't really happy. I was just kind of like going with emotions. I had to choose between that life and the life that I daydream about with this person. What did I want to fight for? What was, my long-term plan? Because with the Six of Pentacles, this is somebody who's been thinking about what things were maybe not done as well as they want. What things have they maybe been giving to that they shouldn't? Because the Six of Pentacles is about giving it to, right? There's two crows beneath this larger one. And the larger one has a scale in their beak. So I have to figure out, what do I want to invest in? What is worth my time? And what is it maybe, the right time to kind of call off with the Chariot in the reverse? Maybe that's not the right direction for me. Magician, and they're feeling more empowered than they ever have to make these changes. Maybe I thought about doing this 10 years ago. Maybe I thought about 5 years ago changing that or quitting that or moving over there, but then I didn't do anything about it, in part because of the influences in my life. The people who told me I didn't need to change anything. But I know if I want what I want, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, if I want that happy, restful, harmonious life with that person who feels like home, then what I have to do is address the things that I've been ignoring, choose the right path for myself, let go of the things that would be a block. Obviously, people who want to convince you that somebody is not good for you when they are, those people might be an obstacle, eh? Judgment, Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords. You're going to be surprised to hear this person made a quick decision. Now, let me just rephrase that, okay? If you have a decision that you've kind of avoided for 8 years, let's call it, and then randomly on one day you get some piece of information, it irritates you, and then the next day you're like, you know what? I'm finally making that decision. I'm done with you. That's what it is, right? I should have made this decision a while ago, but it's okay, because when I did get that information, I acted real quickly. Like, good for you. This is what you needed to do. I'm not going to diminish that at all. It's important. The Ten of Swords is something that is over. Lesson learned. I know that you were lying to me, Queen of Swords in the reverse. I know that I should have had boundaries or walls or not let you, make decisions for me. But the important thing is I can make the decision right now. Nine of Cups clarified by the Ten of Cups. I want to go make a love offer to my, dream person. And I've let you block that for long enough. Six of Swords in the reverse, Two of Swords. I'm going to choose, instead of feeling stuck and letting you drive the boat, drive the car, I'm going to make my decision. I'm going to go where I want to go. And that's where this Ten of Cups is. That's where my love is. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Hello, Angel. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Redbeard. How are we doing today? Hello, Dr. Emery. I hope you're having a good day. Joyfulness in the reverse. So there's something about this group, friends, family, that really are a bit sour. I mean, it's joyfulness in the reverse. So it's like I have a negative mindset, or I don't feel like I can trust anyone, or, you come in, you tell me a joke, and I'm like, okay, well, thanks for grunting. At least you acknowledged it. There's a dissatisfaction or a level of discontent because maybe we don't really get along anymore. Maybe I can't get over the fact that you lied to me. I think that's pretty fair, actually. Reunion in the reverse, journey in the reverse, and foe. You convinced me that somebody that I love was actually a person that I needed to keep out of my life, that I should, maintain distance between us. And now I'm starting to see that the person that I don't want to, hang out with, or the person that I don't want to be near, is the one who lied to me and pretended to be my friend. So by trying to be a controlling friend, you've now become a foe. Servant and hope. So we have somebody who has this reputation of being very sweet. Acts of service is something that would be one of their love languages. And they have felt a bit upset, a bit hurt, because they've been left waiting. They don't know what's going on. I wish I could have some communication. I wish you'd give me a little bit of hope that there's still something between us. And that's like heavy on this person's mind. This Knight of Swords knows that there's someone who really wants to hear from them, that has maybe kind of chalked this up as a loss because they haven't gotten any romantic messages or like a sign from this Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords is planning a surprise. They're planning a surprise. It's interesting. Okay, so it's like we've got surprise, prison, and letter. I know I want to surprise you. I know I want to see you. And I think about it all the time, the light of recognition hitting your eyes when you see me for the first time. But then I think about how I have to then say something, and I'm like, so, hey, man. I don't know what to say. What do I say after that? Okay. Make all of this effort. Hello, Michi Tata. How are you doing? Make all this effort to come visit you. You've been on my mind. I changed like my life. But then when I think about what to say, I'm like, can I like outsource this? Can I just like paste together different song lyrics? Will that work? Oh, Chat GPT. You want to write me a little love letter real quick? Come on, buddy. They're freaking out. I don't know how to message this. I don't know how to approach this person and not sound crazy, or make sure that I get all the details across and it doesn't sound like I'm lying or trying to blame other people. What can I do? How do I do that? This is the Love Oracle. Silence, frozen, no words, stonewall. Because I'm terrified. Hey, look, I'm not making fun of you, okay? Sometimes conversations are real heavy and we've got to approach them in the right way. You can ruin a relationship in 5 words, 3 words, probably 1 word, okay? I'm sure you could do it if you tried. But this is someone realizing the gravity of the conversation, the importance of expressing what has happened and what they plan or what they seek, right? That they are wanting to take risks or imagine the possibilities with you, even though things have been at a standstill lately. There's a lot to do with karma. And I feel like this is the third parties. I have to tell you that you were right. You told me I couldn't trust this person, or you told me that these people might be lying about you. I may not have seen it at the time, but I sure do now. And I had to cut those people out, or I had to cut that person out of my life. They wanted me to ignore the chemistry that I felt with you, ignore, the kindness that I had experienced, and instead see you as some sort of threat or somebody that would really just kind of ruin things. So I've been withdrawn, trying to avoid the conflict that happened every time your name came up, or somebody, was basically saying, there's no way you should have that person in your life. I didn't want to argue about it anymore, so I did whatever was easiest to avoid those arguments, right? But that only led to me feeling sad. That only made me miss you even more and wonder if, you'd forgotten or if you didn't want to talk to me anymore. They do feel like there's still some sort of connection between the two of you, but they feel a little bit crazy. Like this, I have no reason to believe it. It's just like my intuition, or because this one song came on at a certain time. If I told anybody what I think, they would think I'm crazy because I'm still loyal to this person who I haven't been talking to. So another conflicted or conflict card, decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices, family, fertility, parenthood, and pregnancy. So for some of you, pregnancy is important. We did have that entrapment card, which has a pregnant lady on the front. But for many of you, this is my decision was difficult to make regarding whether or not to pursue you, because I knew that I was going to get judgment or, arguments from my family or my inner circle. And that's why I had to kind of take my time, or why I procrastinated on it. But the fact is, I can't stop obsessing over you. I can't stop thinking about the fact that I may have missed a really great opportunity. And that's why they may have been spying on you recently. They may have been trying to figure out, are you actually happy without me? Or should I come back around and see if there's a chance for more? Hello, Shin. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you so much for liking my video and subscribing. I hope to see you on the next reading. Doodles.